So at the time that you're watching this Monday Mastery video, we're coming to the end of another year. And this is always a time of reflection and a time of consideration and a time of looking back and thinking, man, I set some big goals beginning of this year. I had some great ideas. I had some real aspirations toward moving the ball down the field and making a difference this year. And I feel like, man, I didn't quite hit the mark. You know, that happens to all of us. I mean, I'm sitting here in this chair today and I'm speaking to you by video, and I'll tell you flat out, there are things that I purposed to do at the beginning of this year that fell off somewhere along the way, and the focus was not there. Maybe they didn't make the filter or make the cut. But at the end of the day, coming into this season toward the end of a year, it's natural for us to begin to think about, man, what does next year look like? So I want to talk to you for just a few minutes here about setting yourself up for your best year ever. How do you position yourself to really get in position for great fruit, great progress, great success in a new season? Now I know the beginning of a new year marks a new season on the calendar, but we like to use that as a benchmark. So let's talk about that. How do you position yourself? Well, number one, I believe you must really look at your attitude. Are you in a state of dismal negativity? Are you, from a self-esteem standpoint, are you looking at yourself in the mirror, so to speak, and saying, gosh, man, you're a failure. You really screwed it up this year. You just didn't do jack. Listen, I'm saying those things to you, but I'm telling you, I've said those things to me. I have felt on so many occasions like I wasn't getting it done. And so you have to really be honest, turn the volume up a little bit on your internal dialogue and determine, am I saying about me what God knows to be true about me, or am I beating myself down even further? Because here's the thing, limiting beliefs and negative self-talk will drive you into a deep, dark hole. And if you're there, I'm trying to grab you and kind of pull you out. I need you to know that you're okay. You're not a failure. You're not a lost cause. You're not forgotten. And the things that God has said about you and has promised you and has put in your heart to accomplish, those things are still available to you right now. So what you've got to do is kind of get a hold of yourself and pick yourself up a little bit and begin to do the things necessary to get your attitude and your spirit and your mindset pointed in the right direction. Number two, I believe you need to go back a number of episodes in this series and look at, what are my big ideas? What are my dreams? What are the things that are still viable? Even though I may not have really got traction on them this year, if they're still in my heart driving me and they really still they speak to my heart, and I really feel like I'm supposed to pursue these things, identify what those dreams are, identify what those goals are, identify what those projects are, and watch from your head to the piece of paper. Get them in writing. Write them down. And then over the next number of days, as we're coming to the end of this year, I want you to spend 15 minutes to 30 minutes a day reviewing and journaling, saying out loud, I am, and fill in the blank. And make it positive, make it uplifting. Talk about your dreams to yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and say, you will be a success. You will accomplish this dream. You will make a difference. You will touch people's lives. Whatever that application is for you, say those things out loud, but do it daily. Talk to yourself. Listen, we have plenty of voices piling in on us every single day. If you're not telling yourself where you're going, somebody else is. All right? So out of your head into writing, and then spend time meditating on those things, rehearsing those things in your mind. See yourself next year at a very different place. The third thing is this. I compel you, I ask you, I implore you, if you're a person of faith, if you believe there is a God, I want you over the next 2 or 3 weeks now to take time to pause, to get still, find a place, even in the midst of the holiday chaos, to be quiet, to be still, away from distractions. Turn your phone off, the television off, the computer off, your tablet off, turn it all off, and get still and ask God, God, what do you see for my life? Where do you see me in 2018 in this case? Where do you see me the next year and the next year? How do you see my future? And listen and write what you hear and meditate on that and rehearse that and believe that. The way to position yourself for your best year ever is not a new tactic. It's not a new business necessarily. It's not some new fandango formula. It's really pretty simple. It's right here. It's your head. It's your heart. It's getting your attitude and your belief realigned with what is really true about you and about your potential and about what God Himself created you to do. Right now, make up your mind. I will become the man, the woman that God's called me to be. I will rise to the occasion, be the leader, the influencer, the world changer. I will establish that business. I will write that book. I will train myself to speak in public and impact the lives of people. Whatever it is you're called to do in the classroom, in the chambers of Congress, wherever it is, purpose in your heart, you're not giving up. And you're not saying no to what's possible. You're saying yes to your future, to your destiny, and everything that God has said about you. It's a new year coming. Right now, reset, refocus, be revived in your heart, be reassured that the gifts and the callings of God are without repentance. He hasn't ripped anything from you. He's just wanting to add more and more to you. It's a great season, and I want you to live at the top of your game.